day, sport lovers. How are you doing? I want to welcome you specially to another edition of Sport Flashback on Reach TV. My name is Chokube Adaba. As usual, on Sport Flashback, we are going to share with you exciting sports stories, gist, information, and lots more. And on this episode, I won't be alone. We used to have an in-house guest analyst that was with us, but for some weeks now, he has not been around because he went to serve his fatherland. On this edition, he's going to be here with us. Welcome with me on Sport Flashback, Keke of Lagos.
Thank you very much. It's been a while. I've not been around all this while. I hope you have been keeping it log on for our viewers on Reach TV, Sports Flashback. But we are back today and we are going to give you all the juicy analysis you need to hear about sports.
All right. You have heard him. We have lots of exciting packages for you today. And he asked if we've been keeping it logged on. I know you, our viewers, will bear us witness that with or without him, Sport Flashback has been moving on, and because we are always committed to give you the best sporting experience. All right, we are going to give you all the food gist we have from the UEFA Champions League group stage draws that was made, to WWE, boxing, Paralympics, and of course the Afro basketball. But that will be after this short timeout. See you. Welcome back to Sports Flashback on Reach TV. My name still remains Chokube Adaba. All right, let's talk about WWE. Keke of Lagos. The match between Bobby Lashley and Sheamus will be going down on Monday night. What do you have to say about that?
Sheamus Coleman walked out on...
I think it was Bobby Lashley that walked out on Sheamus in a match.
So, and I think Bobby Lashley is the champion right now.
He is the champion.
So they'll be fighting next week on Monday Night Raw. Maybe they have a score to settle. The challenger is Sheamus, the champion is Bobby Lashley. So they have a score to settle on Monday. So looking forward to seeing how that match goes down. It's one of the biggest and anticipated fights in WWE currently. So we'll see how it goes down. We'll bring the report to our viewers in the next episode. All
right, the beef between Bobby Lashley and Sheamus started in a tag team match that they fought, where Lashley walked out on Sheamus because Sheamus refused to key him into a match. And ever since that time, they have been challenging themselves. They have had confrontations off stage, and even while they are fighting, they have come to challenge each other. So the fight that people have been waiting for will actually go down on Monday night. All right, let's talk about boxing. The October 9 rescheduled fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is going to be hot because, according to Wilder's trainer, he has boasted that his boxer would knock out Tyson Fury in the 5th round. I think he also tagged it a brutal revenge.
Boxing is like that. You always try and boast against your opponent so that put fear into the opponent, and this is unusual. Normally, Deontay Wilder is the type of guy that comes out every fight, every interview to tell you that I will knock you out, I'll even kill you in the ring. He has threatened an opponent like that. But I think this time around he's trying to go a different way, trying to train more, concentrate on the fight. He lost the last fight with Tyson Fury, so by that he's allowing his coach Malik Scott to do all the talking. But for me, I don't think knocking him out in round 5 is actually visible. But it can happen. It's boxing. You understand? You have to say all these things to put fear into your opponent. And you understand? Tyson Fury has gone away. He has not been on social media for some time now. He's trying to focus on the fight too. October 9 is just about a few weeks from now. So perhaps we are going to see a very, very brutal fight, as the coach of Deontay Wilder has said. And we hope to see that kind of fight because that's boxing and that's what we enjoy about the sport.
But wait, are you kidding me? You want to knock out Tyson Fury in the 5th round? Do you think it's possible?
Of course.
Well, we are going to find out after October 9.
October 9.
But me, I doubt about that. Let's talk about Paralympics. At last, Nigeria has a gold medal in the Olympics this year. When I mean the Olympics, both the Olympics in Tokyo and the Paralympics, also in Tokyo, we have a gold medal. Tijani Latifat, a wrestler who is representing Team Nigeria, won us a gold medal yesterday.
Actually, she's a weightlifter.
A weightlifter, okay.
Yes, she won a gold medal for us yesterday. That's the first gold medal we have gotten at both the Olympics, Para and the normal Olympics. And it's at weightlifting. I think Nigeria usually have good records in weightlifting in previous years. So I think it's nothing like a surprise to have finally get a gold medal in that category. And it's a good one for Nigeria. We just hope they can rack in more medals, maybe gold or silver or bronze in the upcoming games that are coming up for them. But Tijani Latifa, Ogun State born, it's a good one for Nigeria and her in particular.
Yeah, it's a good one for Nigeria and for her in particular. And this to inform you that the Paralympics is still on and Team Nigeria is still being represented in virtually all the sports in Paralympics. Please let us support the national team. Maybe if we don't get medals in the Olympics as we're all complaining, in the Paralympics we should be sure of getting as much medals as possible. The important thing is let us be well represented and be well supported. All right, we'll talk about Hurricane and then we'll talk about Mike Brown, the basketball coach, after this short timeout. We'll be back. Welcome back to Sports Flashback on Rich TV. All right, let's talk about football. Hurricane is remaining in Tottenham. He's going to stay put in Tottenham for at least this season. Keke of Lagos, Manchester City tried all they could to snap him up, but Tottenham stood their ground.
Yes, Man City, they actually needed the striker after Aguero departed for Barcelona on a free transfer. They bidded twice for him. They were both rebuffed by Daniel Levy and Tottenham, and he was being persuaded to stay, and he has stayed now, but people are still saying he might still leave January, because he really say he's staying for the summer, not for the season. Do you understand? So, although it's a good one for Tottenham because at least they have their striker back. He actually scored 2 goals yesterday anyway. So it's a good one for Tottenham and the coach. But I don't think they can keep him for too long. Maybe just this season or maybe even this summer he's talking like I said. And then they may move on in the future. But at least for now, Tottenham have their man. They are doing good in the league and their top scorer, maybe the best striker in the Premier League, is still with them. So I think they should be happy with that.
All right. I think Tottenham should be happy that their star player is staying with them for at least this season. Because I, for one, I am a fan of having good players in top clubs. If Tottenham should say Hurricane, how were they expected to compete this season? So that's a good one for Tottenham Hotspur. But for Man City, Keke of Lagos, they are looking at other options. The like of C. Ronaldo, Aubameyang of Arsenal. Aubameyang, what do they need Aubameyang for? Because his name is just popping up everywhere.
Exactly. You know, as a top player, as a very good player, you expect top teams to come for players like Aubameyang. He's actually a good player. But I think the major player they are actually talking about, which is actually upsetting a lot of Manchester United fans, is actually Cristiano Ronaldo coming to England, not even playing for Manchester United, playing for Man City. They are great rivals. I don't know. We are hearing the deal might go through. Probably this weekend, because I found to be closing in like 4 days time or maybe 1 week. So Man City are more interested in Ronaldo 2 years, but we are not sure if the deal will go through or not. So Man City is more into Cristiano Ronaldo than any other forward now in the market.
Right now. All right, so we are going to keep you informed on happenings concerning Manchester City and their transfer targets. All right, let's quickly talk about basketball. Mike Brown, the coach of the national basketball team, who is currently leading his team in Afro basketball competition, started on the winning note. They won Mali by 81 points to 73 points. And he's also saying that basketball is actually good in Nigeria. He's finding it easy. Don't you think he's actually finding it easy?
Yes, Mike Brown, that is the Nigerian national male basketball team, is the coach. And they are competing at the Afro basket that is going on currently. And they won their first game, as you just rightly said. We are having more of some of the local guys that play in the Nigerian league. And Mike Brown has come out to say it's a good one for the Nigerian basketball team because they'll be learning from their NBA counterparts. And the NBA guys wanted to play actually, but of course, unfortunately, the NBA didn't allow them to play because you can't play in 2 international competitions in short amount of time. So that's why we had to go with the local guys. And we are doing well. We won the first game, although it's still a long way to go to win the competition. But Mike Brown said the basketball is growing in Nigeria, and that's a good thing to hear. All
right. That's a good thing to hear, and hopefully, at the end of the basketball, at the Afro basketball competition, we are going to lift the trophy. I know we'll be doing well on the African front. I just hope very soon we'll start dominating the international front. All right, we are going to talk about the UEFA Champions League draws, and of course, some lovely games will be taking place in the English Premiership this weekend. That will be after this short timeout. Stay tuned. Welcome to Sports Flashback on Rich TV. My name still remains Chokube Adaba. All right, let's talk about the UEFA Champions League draw that took place on Thursday. The UEFA Champions League games are about to start, and the group the group stages, the draws for the group stages are out. Keke of Lagos, in Group A, we have Manchester City, PSG in a very tough group.
Yes, both sides met last season Champions League semi-final. Of course, Man City triumphed, the one home and away. But this time around, Man City will be playing a different side in PSG. Of course, they have Messi now. The other teams in the group are Leipzig and Club Brugge of Belgium. It's going to be a very tough group, but you expect the two of them to qualify. But who will top the group, we don't know. Man City, as we said earlier, might get Ronaldo. PSG, Messi, going to be tantalizing for the fans.
It's going to be tantalizing for the fans, indeed. And for Group F, the group that I personally would tag the group of death, we have Villarreal, Manchester United, Atlanta, and Young Boys FC of Switzerland. Do you know why I target the group of death? Last season's final, Keke of Lagos, Villarreal and Manchester United.
Yes, in the Europa League last season, they both met. You know what happened. Villarreal with the champions on penalties. They are meeting again. And then there's Young Boys, as you said. You said it's a group of death. Well, maybe you might say these guys are equal on the European front. But I think it's going to be between, actually, if I'm being serious, Manchester United and Atalanta. Because Atalanta has been doing well in the European competition recently. Villarreal too, they won the Europa League. But it's an even group, as I said. I want to go with you with that. And I just think, as I said, Atalanta and Man City should be able to scale through. And Man United, sorry, should be able to scale through from that group.
All right, they should be able to scale through for that group. Then in Group H, we have Chelsea, Juventus.
Yes, Malmo, Zenit, and Peter Lok. You should expect the two of them to qualify. Chelsea are the UEFA Champions League winners of last competition. They have some of the best players right now. Most of the players won the best players in the competition of last season. So you expect both of them to qualify from that group. Juventus will be having, might not be with Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm not sure. But even at that, they should still have more power to go from that group. The other thing that I said, Malmo from Sweden, Zenit from Russia. So they expect Chelsea and Juve to go through, barring any obstacle.
All right. We have other group fixtures that will be displayed on your screen as you are watching us right now. Keke of Lagos, let's talk about the EPL, English Premier League. We have tough games this weekend. Keke of Lagos.
Yes, we have Manchester City and Arsenal. We also have Liverpool, Chelsea. Manchester City and Arsenal. Arsenal have not really had any good matches where they go to play at Etihad at all in the last few seasons. And currently are not in good form. They've lost 2 of their first 2 games. They've not scored any goal. They're in the bottom half. Everything seems to be going against Arsenal. It all points out to be a Manchester City win, but football is not always played like that. We don't know. Arsenal can
bring up surprises.
We don't know, but on paper it seems like Man City will get the 3 points. Liverpool, Chelsea are on their hot form. They have the bully Lukaku. We watched him last time against Arsenal. Liverpool too have won 2 out of 2, not considering any goals, scored 5 goals. It's going to be a very interesting game, very interesting game. I can't really say who will win that game, but we hope to see great football match during the weekend. So Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, one of the best games to happen this season so far in Premier League.
All right, Manchester City versus Arsenal, Liverpool versus Chelsea. Those are just part of the tough games we have to watch this weekend. We also have other exciting games that will be displayed on your screen. Okay, this is all we have for today's edition of Sports Flashback on Rich TV. Before we go, I want to appeal to you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rich TV Nigeria. Please, we need subscribers. And please follow any social media handle that you see displaying on your screen right now. Until we come your way again on another wonderful episode of Sports Flashback on Rich TV, I remain Chokube Adaba. Keke of Lagos.
I'm Keke of Lagos as well. Hope to catch you again next time. So stay tuned and enjoy the football matches this weekend.